What up? What up? How you doing, bro? Good to see ya. I'm making little things. I got a nice little workflow going out. Uh, where did I put The Apprentice? I should probably make this a favorite as well. I've never done ever in the history of GameMaker is add things to my favorites, but I mean it's nice, right? I think that's what it's there for. I'm gonna start using things that I haven't used before in GameMaker, and hopefully things will work out. I'm having fun. Life's been crazy, kind of kicking my ass lately, but I've been trying to be more intentional about getting back to this. It's my happy spot, you know? Nice. All right, so I got these capsules here. I can pick them up and throw them. The smoke shouldn't be there. I forgot I was testing something. But what I want to do is, right now when I push the use button, eat them. And I don't want to eat them, I want to pop them out. Okay, so put to use carry item.use. Okay, so the carry item could be different depending on what update you want yesterday. Huh? What update? What did I do yesterday? Or did I do the update? The GameMaker update? What you talk about? Okay, item. So there's something on here that says use. Now the problem is, okay, so this is just hardwired. Each item needs a type too, unfortunately, to determine what it is. So items.capsule.set type, and the type is a I guess I'll call it a decor, and everything else will be a consumable for now. So in the items, oh, what update do I want? You know, here's the thing: is I stepped away from game dev. I say stepped away, but I just like I took a couple months off. I was just doing some client work and just keeping to myself and not doing. I didn't really touch GameMaker outside of that. Um, and I've kind of mellowed out on the updates only because it's like I only want to be surprised by them. I don't want to anticipate any. Um, it's not a super satisfying answer, but the answer that you're looking for is I want like plugins. I want to create my own tools because I want to start. I want to create my own like hitboxes, um, and get really technical in the sprite editor with the frame data, so I can start making fighters much easier in GameMaker. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Items? Why is... Oh, it's... This should be an inventory. Type equals consumable. So that in the item... Yeah, the plugins would be pretty cool. You know, I don't know if you saw, but prefabs are technically in this beta branch. It's not like you can make any of your own, but you can use the GameMaker assets that they've got already. Some of those hooked up to their prefab system that they've got, so you can kind of get a preview of what it's going to be like. It's good, I guess. It's gonna make like libraries and packages much easier, but I think once again it was framed up to be something more. Um, so it's certainly great from a packaging standpoint, and I feel like tomorrow's marketplace is gonna mesh well with prefabs, but I don't think it's gonna change anything really, as much as I was hoping originally. Plugins will, and you know, you give it in the hands of somebody who knows what they're doing, and big. If item.type equals consumable, do this stuff. If item.type equals decor, and here's where it gets interesting. I hate that. I want something more substantial for deving. Yeah, I mean that's the dream though, right? I don't know. I think what I mean is taking the time to step away and like I gotta stop making excuses why I can't finish something, right? And I feel like sitting around for me whining about the updates that we should have gotten 2 years ago, like it, if I can't finish a game with what I've got, I'm not going to be able to finish a game with what they're giving me next year. there's nothing that prohibitive in GameMaker that prevents me from making things except for myself. It's kind of like pre-optimization, right? You want to optimize something too early in your development and you want the features because you need them. Like I feel like I was trying to fit the features in my workflow rather than having my workflow find the features useful. Um, there's lots of things that I want that I think would be cool, but I think after this revelation here, I'm not so sure I need any of it. Um, I don't know. Totally. But I think it comes to like, you know, even creating the tool. I don't know about you, but when I set type, hold on. Type isn't the thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely they do. I think for me, I over-engineer my tools anyways. You know what I mean? Like making the tool would be the project in itself. I'm gonna be really excited when like they have a proper marketplace back, and something like and either prefabs or plugins, so I can like make tools and market those and sell those out. I think I'd prefer to do that than a game at this point. Um, but I'm at a point now where like I just want to make something. I'm getting old, man. It's not priority for me because in my mind, I don't think it's feasible. I think it could. I want to make my dream game because, you know, I'm getting older, man. I'm not getting younger. So I see it as like a deadline, but now it's like, oh, I don't have enough free time. But like, I'm making pretty decent progress just doing a tiny little bit and being really strategic with how I spend my time. Yeah. But it's like I don't want to put that time developing a tool to help me make a game. I see myself getting one or two games out and then just making tools for the community. I really like doing tutorials. I like streaming. Anything that would help me kind of like, you know, aid in that and just be like a helpful for the community. I would love to give back and just spend my days helping out the community. This is I got a nice little workflow here though. I don't know if there's any games quite like this. There's like Terraria, I guess would be the closest thing, but it's not really Terraria. Maybe. Um, Yeah, I'm always transparent about my asset store stuff, and I love having GameMaker's asset store. It's just so crowded, and it's not easy to find tools, especially if like you're a game maker, you don't know about itch, or you're just starting out. It's not super intuitive to go in there and look for stuff. But the marketplace was, because it was just hooked up, and it's like, hey, you want to make games easier? Click on these assets. So I'd love for a new asset store, a game maker asset store to come back. I would put a heavy amount of time into that, because then you get returns too, right? You like, I can make the tutorials that feed into the tools that feed into a sale that circle back in the community. Like I just think that'd be super cool. Um, Show message item dot type. Is it decor? Okay, but why is he getting all sparkly about it? Oh, because I defined that here. If it's consumable when I use the owner. This stuff. Um, if it's a decor, destroy it. So it should just disappear. Okay. All right, we're good. So now what I want to do as a test, if it's a decor, I don't need to show message anymore. I want to go instance create depth. The X is at its current X. We'll say bbox top minus 32. I'll just say depth plus 1 obj canopy. So I've got this capsule, and when I use it, boop, that'll pop in. I'm like not centered on the grid. That's funny. But now that's kind of how that'll work. So you'll put stuff in. You can either, yeah, you can take it, pick it up, pop it back in your inventory, or you can use it, boop, and it pops up, and then you can kind of make platforms. So you can create your own towns and levels by collecting these different parts and laying them out. That's cool. I like this flow. This is working for me. So, few things that I want here. We'll have owner.state.change, and then it'll change to, I think I called it, did I call it edit? Depth equals layer get depth. Does that work? Can I just put in string in there? Or the layer name is a string? Yeah, I can. Nice, okay. What's with the close it out. Boom. So the hand should also appear like right in front of it too. And there should be like a little poof effect, right? So create. Our effect. Smoke poof? I don't think that's the right one. I think it, I don't know. Let's just roll with that for a second. See what that looks like. Fine for now. I don't know why the hand, it's appearing at level is clearly underneath. Yeah, I didn't. Added depth, I didn't. I said depth +1. It should be that. Oh, and then I need to grid snap X grid snap. I could probably do like a width decor and then change out a lot of that other stuff, but here we go. Get up, poof it. Nice. Put it around. Kind of weird it went underneath, right? Never should, but. There needs to be a better workflow between like item switching and then edit mode. They work fine by themselves, but the transition between them isn't good yet. Yet. Okay. Few more quality of life things. So one of those things happens to be this appear. Should appear kind of like up and to the left of. So let's see. Change the state to edit. The decor will be .x. Whoops. That's kind of funny. Oh, there's no depth. Go. Alright, so one issue that I have with like Canopy's great, but I need a custom thing. So we'll do obj level mancer object, I guess. I don't know how to describe this. We'll do cursor enable. Hey Sandbeach, how's it going? Good to see ya. Thanks for stopping in. Happy Thanksgiving. I don't know if you're American or not. Happy American Thanksgiving. If you're Canadian, happy month after Thanksgiving. How you doing? I don't think this will work. We'll call this a level mancer platform. We'll parent it to platform. We'll do event inherited, and then we'll paste that stuff, and then copy this from here, so that the canopy will parent instead of this. Parent to level mancer platform. That's yeah, okay. So now that's still seamless. So we can create other platforms. No Thanksgiving there. Cool, cool. Right on. Glad you're doing great. Any particular reason you're doing so good, or are you just having a nice evening? Sometimes it's like that, right? If nothing's wrong, it means everything's all right. Something comforting in that. I could pick up and throw these things, or I can. Oh, poof. The other interesting thing too, so that I want to do. So if I hover over Canopy, I'm enjoying the time I have left before I finally head into university. Ah. Do you feel nervous? Are you a little bit apprehensive to go in? Have you ever lived out of the house before? Or are you staying, are you moving to go to into university, or are you just getting ready to do it for school? Even one thing I learned is even if you think you don't have time anymore, you do. Just always make the time wherever you need to. Maybe not as consistently as you'd like, but where they say, where there's a will, there's a way. There's a reason for that. You can enjoy all the time. I in my early 20s, I quit my full-time job that paid decently well because I was like, I need to cut out the excuses. Boy, I can't make games. I'm gonna be a game maker. I'm gonna be a game developer. So I took like a year off work, and I was like, I'm just gonna put my nose to the grindstone. I'm gonna make a game, and I didn't, of course. I don't know. Long story short, I learned a lot, but one of those things was like, I I didn't have what it takes to be a game developer, at least at that time. I kind of like called my own bluff. You won't be moving out for university, but I'm sure you'll be fine heading to university. Yeah, you got this. Not everyone moves out. Some do. I just assumed like you made it sound like you were heading into university. I guess I assumed that you were thinking about like just get uprooted from your current living situation and go explore. Cool though. Are you excited or are you more nervous about it? That is pretty exciting. Okay, so there's a Levelmancer platform. What I wanted to do though is if I push, I remember what I was doing. I got distracted. If I push target doesn't equal to no one. There is a target. And I gotta clean up my code. I gotta have a like an organization stream. That'd be fun. Here's how I organize my code. Color label, backup to Git, organize my asset tree, like that kind of stuff. If target doesn't equal to no one, then let's destroy target. Depth. Target.x, target.y. What is it? Its current depth. Oh wait, no. It's got to be item instance create. Item instance create. X. Y. I'm having mixed feelings, but leaning more towards confident. Yeah, you just got nerves. You'll love it. You're gonna have so much fun. What is it you're studying to do? Do you know? Do you have a career path in mind for it? I'm sure you do. If you're feeling the way you are about university, it probably means you're nervous because you have a specific direction, and you probably have some pressure on yourself to succeed in that area. Curious about what that is. Items.capsule. Back to create software engineering. Very cool. I guess that's a pretty adjacent career to our hobby path here, huh? .x, target.y, SPR effect, smoke. Oof. Okay, so I think I can pull this out. I push C. I push C again. Nothing happens. Why? Now that in? Oh, check released. Oh, but it should still work. Oh no. Software engineering, yeah. There's a lot of software engineers in this space, I think, right? There's also a lot of like developers, web designers, and that kind of stuff. I think it's all, if you're interested in it anyways, you seem to be proud. Depressed. Okay. Oh. Var hover equals get top instance. Okay. Hover. Bit lacking with game developers over where I live. Yeah, I mean, it's a very like online community, right? I feel like it's pretty uncommon, or at least in my circles, where like there's one developer I know of that's like lives very close to me, and everyone else seems to be on the other side of the world, but they probably feel the same. Oh, poof! Hey, there it goes. Now I got the little. Now I can go back into a capsule. I could just walk around going poof, poof. And then I can walk around and have these as like physical items I can mess with. So I can hide these in levels. And then the anticipation is like when you pick it up and go poof. It. Kind of like a build your own contraption thing, right? That might be fun. Hopefully software engineering will allow you to meet others. I've been working on this game. This version of it, not long at all. Like a week. But I have most of the code written out. I keep pretty good libraries, and I've done like versions of this game for years, so it's just second nature to like know how to code it in. I decided I had this style with like these really thick outlines. But there's some limitations with it. I can't figure out an art style for the longest time, and I still want to try different things, but let me see if I can find an example of what I'm talking about. So I have two kind of distinct art styles. One's like a flat vector style, and the other one's pixel art. You can see here, what I really like about this flat style is the broad shapes and colors. So when I create levels using that art style without an outline, I don't mind putting elements next to each other that when you build with them, they kind of like combine into one thing. Here's a gif of what this project used to look like once upon a time. You see these broad colors. If you imagine two of these houses next to each other, there's no line separating the houses. So if you place them right next to each other, it would look like one big house with two doors. When I add outlines to things, it's very clear where there's a wall and at the end of a house. So if I put two of them next to each other, it would look like two separate modular houses next to each other. And I wanted to kind of find a way to tie the seams up, so that vector art style is really good for tying up the seams, but pixel art's faster to produce, um, and it looks good too in the dev circles, especially like on Twitter. Like people really love the pixels, where I find the more casual audience and a broader spectrum of people prefer the vector art, but it all just kind of depends on the person, right? So the style that I had for it had these really chonky um, double pixel outlines on it like this. And you could see how the building worked, right? You could like scale the buildings and scale the pieces up and down. You could put windows on it. You know, you could build it like that. But I found there's that outline gave everything a specific look, which is good. This looks great to me, in my opinion. And it was a cursor game. You could tell there wasn't a hero. There's just some things that were missing, in my opinion, from something like this, where these big, I can't explain it. The big shapes just seem more cohesive and abstract, and it lends itself well to like the character design here. I love scaling items up and down, so that was a lot easier. So the middleman is what you see here. Like I took the outlines completely off the pixel art, and that way for things like these trees, like or the canopy. This is a bad example because it's not snapping to it. Oh yeah. Um, when you put them next to each other, there's no outline, so it almost looks like one piece, right? You can tell that really well about these homes. So when building these, it's three separate pieces. Is each of these houses, and the fence is even. Here's a great example of it. These is actually three pieces of fence, but when you put it next to each other, it looks like one banister. If they had the outline around it, like that wouldn't look as clean as it does. So there's a lot going on with the art style. This is the current version. I think this is the one that's going to take the farthest because it's the best compromise of all the previous things that I've done. So the goal of the game, basically, you are the level mancer, and the premise is that like every video game that came before you, there was like a magic wizard that made all the levels to a certain specification. You ever notice like if you're playing Mega Man games, Dr. Wily has all these like intricate dungeons and Robot Master places for Mega Man to fight, but there's like always one path for victory for Mega Man, right? And it's like, why would Dr. Wily do that instead of just making a room full of a whole palace made out of spikes? Um, so the kind of like fourth wall breaking is like there's a code on how to make levels. Um, there's an inspector that goes through and makes sure like every level's, you can beat every level and et cetera, et cetera. So it's this wizard here, and he's a level mancer in training. And you go around this barren land, and you're finding these capsules and finding pieces of levels. And as you're building the level, you'll meet new NPCs who will come to live in your level and reward you with more things to build. And you build this big, sprawling, interactive world that you can just kind of make your own. So it's basically um, Mario Maker meets Animal Crossing, I guess is the best way I can think of it. So rather than separating out into like an editor mode, it's all integrated into one thing. Oh, tagline would be like, build little worlds for little people to live in. I want to make this. I have to make level building. I gotta get it right because I do think well, I know that's the pull of the game, the bread and butter of what's gonna make this stand out. It's like a level editor as you play it. Is this called Stump? Yeah. So if I create a bit of a platform, I want this to be big world, little guys. That's right. Like me. I'm just a little guy in this big old world. I can move these around too. Yeah, I want it to be kind of a game where you could vibe. You could see there's an actual like day-night cycle and different things will happen at day or at night, and there'll be all sorts of things to collect. And I want to have, you can see here these like toy capsules, and this is like what the level elements will come into, and there will be like a level mancer's guild that's in an alternate dimension where you can go, and it's like, there's thousands and thousands of level mancers, just not one person. We're all training on how to be like good level builders and create worlds. So they have like a centralized hub with a toy store, and they're like, you know, come check out today's specials. We got new level elements for you, and oh, I want that bench or I want that fence piece, and you go back to your level and you add it in, and then depending on where you add it and how you add it, maybe a new NPC comes in and is like, hey, I'm, you know, I'm, I want to sit on all the benches on the world. I see you have a bench, and then you convince him to stay, and etc. etc. He rewards you with, I don't know, here's some of the roofs I've collected in the past, and you put down a roof, etc. etc. It's a fun exploratory game. There'll be light platforming elements. Supposed to be the original level mentor that trains you. He's just getting old, so he wants to show you the ropes, and he's gonna retire. Alright, so I have it would be possible to visit others levels. Yeah, I'd like to. I mean, this is really, really, really early in the game, but um, yeah, absolutely. I don't want to say it's a mobile game, but it's treated lighthearted like one where you'll have. I would love to have like a friends list and visit um, people and co-build levels and have an incentive. Like things will spawn. Like there's a slime monster here, and maybe you'll be incentivized, like go clear out the slimes out of a friend's level, right, and stuff like that. That's you know version 2 or 3 or beyond to do multiplayer stuff. Right now I just need to get something functional. I need to get a solid game loop, which looks like here's your world, go explore the world, clear it out, find a way to get more of these capsules, then use the capsules to build your level. Well, to one thing that's hard, so when this was a mouse game, you could just like reach over and pick up this capsule, right? But this is an item, so I have a clear distinction of like the cursor can only interact with like the grid with the level design objects, but not these little items like the flower or the capsule that I just dropped, or if I have like this key. The cursor can't grab the key because it would have to be locked to the grid here, and I don't want everything locked to the grid. There be a way I do with it? There's but like yeah, there's just cool stuff you can do. Um, object equals choose. Like capsules. There you go. Now I have a door. So, yep. Sprite not set before I made it. Okay. So let's do. Copy of this. Right. Cursor enabled. Step. As decor. Sprite equals new sprite. Sprite index. End step. Draw X, Y. Canopy. Now I can like move around this door. So this capsule has a door inside of it. But check out, like, I'm just gonna move this around a little bit. I find, your question is, how often do you find yourself facing project organization issues? It's always been often, but I also am pretty good about being deliberate of organizing my project. So I'm not, you can see what I'm just doing. I duplicate a lot. I'm kind of messy with it. But what I do afterwards, when I'm planning the next day, what I want to work on the next day, is I organize things. Uh, I organize things in the asset browser. I make sure I have no stragglers here. Like I have these two now that I need to put into place. And I'll just make a habit of doing that every day, even if it takes, 10, 15 minutes. It doesn't take that long. But I think about doing the Sam of tomorrow a favor. So that helps. Um, but again, I have problems completing anything at all, so it's not like my projects get crazy big. But it's always a good idea, I think, to spend a little bit of time unraveling your mess that you created in the moment. Link your stuff, Sandwich. Link it in chat. Should f equals function. Depth equals layer get depth level minus if then I need to set depth. I don't think I should be doing that every step though. I wouldn't really need to. I just when it's created. Of so what I want to do here. I hope I did this wrong. So plus rate height. Yeah, okay. Okay. This is nice. So now I can select the different things. I have to have a better selection though because it's I can, it's just covered by other things. What a pain, so I need to bring the select tool all the way to the UI layer. Button presses right now. I don't like it just yet. A little bit because I want that door to fit. There. So like if I made a door, I would be able to like put a door on here and kind of like make this house. And then maybe a creature was like, hey, I saw no one was living in that tree. Mind if I take it? Fun. I'm down. Game jams are fun. I haven't done a whole lot, but I've enjoyed the ones that I've done. I'm usually in the circle with like, I don't know if you've heard of Grog, who's in the GameMaker community also. I've done some Grog jams. Not many though. I really don't have a lot of reliable time. They're fun though. Level is at 0. The characters need to be, like, goodness, 1,000. When I create the door, it's another players in front of it. A third place out of a bunch of people. That's cool. Ugh, the last game jam I did, actually the last 2 or 3 were for Opera, and I think I cash prized all of them actually. They've been super generous with supporting me with jam money. There was a rollback code one with GameMaker. There was one where you had to make like live wallpapers. There was one more in there. Build Break Go. Check that out. They pay pretty generous. I think I got paid like $1,000 a pop. And and they pay out not like crazy fast, but fast enough, man. Good. I forgot I made it so you can go under the doors, but if the door doesn't have a target, you want to be like me when you grab? No, you don't. Period. There's already enough of me. Be like you. I want to do oh, excuse me. I want to be king of the asset store is what I really want. Oh, you've done the Opera GX ones. Cool. Have you placed in those as well? And a nice handful of them. Those, I think, have like puzzles where it's like build the obstacle course for you to. I'm pushing too many buttons to get stuff. Do my best. No full day for school. Full day of school is not fun. All right. Can I walk you through? This is exactly what I'm talking about. And I don't mean to sound this as like I'm not trying to one up you. I'm trying to. What I'm going to attempt to do is convince you that you have so much free time in the entire universe right now, and you don't even realize you do. My typical day on Mondays is I wake up at 5 a.m. and I start my remote day job at a corporate office. I have not placed any game jams. Uh, okay, yeah, cool. That's cash prize, right? That's awesome. Um, all right, Monday mornings, I wake up at 5 a.m. and I start working, like immediately. I just roll out of bed and get on the computer. Um, I gotta feed myself, brush teeth, all that. I get that, but um, right around 7, I get my kids out of bed, start getting them ready for school. My toddler wakes me up at 6 a.m. and then I get them all to packed up, pack a lunch, get them to school, come back home. It's about 8:30. I finish my workday like from 8:30 to 3. I had to go pick up my daughter from school at 3. I have 3 kids, by the way. I pick up my son, my little son from daycare at like 4, 3:30. He has baseball at 4. Um, Meanwhile, my daughter also has pitching lessons, so I can't be in 2 places at once. So my girlfriend takes her. At 5 o'clock, she has practice, and that lasts until 7. My son comes home from school at 5. My oldest son comes home from high school at like 5:30 because he has track and cross country after. I stuff food in his mouth, and we go join the daughter for a softball game. I grab both my sons and take them over to the field. We get home at like 8 o'clock, and then it's a mad jam for a very late dinner, doing homework, getting ready for bed, and sleeping. It gives me a grand total of 0 minutes and 0 seconds of free time on Mondays. From like, I'm just racing from activity to activity to activity. If I want free time to myself, it's like after 11 p.m. or so. But I wake up at 5, so I'm just eating into my important sleep hours. So please take advantage of the time you have. Just doing full-time school, I get, is a big commitment, but you have so much time. You have so much time. Ask around in the GameMaker Discord. There's always people looking for game jams. I think there might even be a channel for it too. Oh, I was holding down the button. I didn't. Need to have like a variety of things to pull out of these boxes. Also need a better way of going into like edit mode because it's not worth like it, and the other one is I'm the worst code organizer. I should even just, GameMaker has things like regions and stuff that I should be using, but I don't even. Fair line of the grid. Change him. He's a platform. I think though, yeah, I can. Oh, that's like cancels then, but. I don't know if the regular code folding stays, but even still, like on something like this, I guess you could put it in brackets, right? And then like if you want to put like these three in one, and then you would just close that up. But then you've got like open brackets and stuff. Like if I wanted to, I don't know, I think I still like it, the regions, because then I can add a title on there and make it nice, and I don't know. Yeah, the tagging, it's annoying, I get that. I have to do something soon though, because that event's getting a little crazy. so it's not eating the up here. Oh, this is not what I needed. Move it to a delegate class. Yep, I know nothing about that. I'm an artist, man, mostly, and I'm a really shitty coder, so probably not going to be doing anything super technical here. As long as it's functional, it's good for me. I just care if it looks nice to the player. Not a good coder. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm a horrible coder. But it works. There. Platform, so now I think I can move that bear around too. Cool. Bounding box is that big though, right? Should be... you know... Yeah, that's most of the industry. Most people are just figuring out if it works, they ship it. Yep. It's just the client, right? The end user. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for you. Peace! Might cause headaches down the line, but we're worried about those if and when those are headaches. Right stretch. B-box left, B-box right. Right width, right height. Why is... Why's the bear the bounding box that's larger? But then you'll get promoted, move to another project, become someone else's headache. Yep. This guy knows what he's talking about. Odd. Oh, I see. Because it's not an even... You have to worry about now, isn't it? Not that big of a deal to do it that way, but I should really start thinking about things in terms of like 16 by 16. Bear statue. Platforms. Okay. Oh yeah, because it actually is bigger. That. Here. Oh, I see. I need to do two things. I need to height it, move the height so it's even here. So I think that's just the system I've applied here. And the collision mass needs to be a pain for solids. With platforms, if I want to do that, I'm gonna have to... Oh, the... Yeah, see, this isn't gonna work for this bear platform now. I have to like, I mean, I guess it does. It's just I don't like that gap. Now it's like, I know why it's the vision box of it. Aspect of like, yeah, see, I can't though, but I want it to be. Yeah, the collision box has to matter also. I think I can just do this. I guess I can do that. I can't do sprite width and sprite height. I have to do like box. Does look better, right? But one thing I have to do is change of bar width equals right minus b box left. Bar height equals b box right left. Oops. Box bottom up. Now, yeah, that works. See when I'm holding when I have it picked up. I'll fix the highlight code a little bit later, but oh, never mind. I have to fix it now because it's not. That's good. Uh, I don't want to remove the empty segs because I don't want to do the extra math of like, see, I got the 16 by 16 grid here, so everything like fills that grid. If I shrink the sides, it's not quite a multiple of 16. It's a little bit in between. Yep, I'm doing it psychically. I listen to the sound effects of the Windows errors that pop up. Boom. Oh, don't do that. I didn't connect that to a room yet, so that should crash here. So I can even do items. No, the gap's not a problem. I'm gonna have to, yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to adjust the spread of the bear. Um, yeah, I have to make them wider. And then I'm gonna squish them off to the left. I can do that now. I was just. We're here, why not, right? In. are here right now, right? Why wait? I don't know. It's just a bear statue. I'm not reading that far into it. I don't even know if it's a bear. Could be a fantastic animal that resembles the human bear. The human bear. The real animal bear. Not that much thought put into it. I just creature, eyes, nose, ears. Backstory. I'll get my sister if I needed some writing. But recruit the help of my sister to make a 200-page backstory about a bear statue. Would definitely be a job for her. Otherwise it doesn't feel real. Oh. There's the bear lore. We need more lore about the platforms in this game. So like the chimney could be are you into heavy lore games physics? I like more simple puzzle games. Build my skill over time. Okay, okay. What's a more interesting game you've played recently? Wrap it up. Alright, so I like what we've done today. For tomorrow I need to figure out a better control scheme here. Yahtzee. The ultimate skill game. I love Yahtzee and Farkle. But mostly because I like yelling Farkle when I win or lose. I'm not sure if I think Farkle is bad, but I feel like I need to scream it when I win too. I like puzzle games like Monopoly and Hungry Hungry Hippos. Alrighty. Alright, I don't know. I guess a castle wall would be something else. A wood brace. Is that fence equals fence. Bridge. Railing. The grass looks like it's in front of the grass platform. Um, yeah, I'll have to address that. Oh, wooden railing. Okay, no, that's okay. So then, item. I favorited this already. No, I need. Is it capsule? Oh no, it's this. Okay. Alright. So these are dedicated to objects that have oh, address this later too. Fence. Art school and started programming. Been a software engineer. Draw a little bit. Oh, that's cool. I also took a little bit of school for art. I wanted to be a Disney animator when I was a kid, and then to be honest with you, school kind of killed my love for art. I just didn't like doing it when I had to do it. I was like, man, if I don't like doing this when I'm supposed to have fun learning, like, I'm not gonna be able to do this as a job. I just don't like being creative on the spot. Like, coding's easy for me in the way that like I could just turn off my creative brain and do the logical brain and oh, it's just problem solving, right? At the end of the day, there's a right way and a wrong way, and I get that it's an art, but like it's just problem solving. But like if I have to do art, I feel like I have to be inspired, and I really enjoy doing it when I am inspired. And when I don't feel like doing it, I hate to be forced to do it. So I change gears a bit. Got a pretty typical office job now at a corporate office, just doing spreadsheets and reporting and analytics and financials, etc., etc. friends. I'm even getting confused with my own game. That's not good. Find uh, coding to be very creative. That's cool. Not that I don't. It just I find that I I can I can I can do it whenever. I don't necessarily need to feel fired to code. I just code. It's all right. What do I want it to do? All right, it's doing that. It's like a yes or no thing. When I do like pixel art, for instance, it's like, oh, this doesn't look good, but it's technically a guy swinging a sword. But then I just stare at my mistakes whenever I do it. With code, it's like it kind of works or it doesn't. And I feel like that's the distinction, at least for me. Your mileage may vary. Kind of like when people are like, if they don't understand this sentiment, I always ask them, it's like, well, do you consider yourself, are you a funny person? They're like, sure, I have a good sense of humor. And I'm like, okay, be funny right now, be funny. And they like, and I was like, that's kind of what it's like when I'm being forced to draw. It's like, I love drawing, and yes, I am artistic. I was like, but if you tell me to do it like right then and there, I'm like, mm, yeah, I don't want to do this. Yeah, I get that, because you're doing it for free, right? You're doing it for the passion. You gotta feel inspired for passion or interest, for it to warrant taking time out of your day doing other things that you should be doing to do stuff that you want to be doing. And hopefully one day you get to a spot where what you should be doing and what you want to do are the same thing. Okay, I like where this is going. I realize now with the fence too, like I need to change that probably. It's probably yeah, see. Let's change the That's cool. I gotta run with that. It's a decent workflow. Going through like the menus and to the items and popping it up isn't um, really good to be honest with you. But maybe we'll add that for tomorrow to make the controls feel a lot better. Hey Talu, how's it going? I know a lot of people approach work like I should enjoy what I do, but if I'm gonna spend 8 hours a day here, but for me work is a place to make money. If I want to feel fulfilled, I try. Yeah, totally. I mean it's both, right? I don't know a whole ton of people who like their work so much they would do it for free if the money stopped coming, right? You're either a business owner or you're just got a once in a lifetime opportunity working at your dream job. Um, but for me, like if I can't work and do creative stuff most of the time. Like I do art primarily and I code, but my jobs, GameMaker related, when I get clients and stuff, is almost always code. It's very rarely art, and it's for that reason. It's for my boundary reasons. Like I don't want to do art for projects. That sounds horrible. I would be so unmotivated to do it, and then you know, I've done art for a few things where like, oh, Sam from Mash Arcade did the graphics here. I'm just like, oh, I'm not proud of these. Like, I did my best and I warned you, man. But thank you for tagging me. I don't trust my artwork for other people so much. Code's fine. I can code your games. They'll be functional. This works for me though. This is cool. I'm having fun making this game for sure. Just have to have a better workflow between. Going into these different modes. Pop in a capsule, pop in a capsule, pop in a capsule. Edit mode. Yeah, shit. I don't know. Yeah, it is. So in this game, it's a platformer and level builder, but it's like built into the game. It's less of a platformer and a level builder, as in like you're not building things quite like Mario Maker. It's more like Animal Crossing, where you find things and you place them into your level. And then as you build things in the level, it'll attract different kinds of NPCs. And then the NPCs will give you more items in turn to decorate with. So the goal is to build kind of like a sprawling level or town with different themes and different NPCs and just make the people happy. So like a souped out Tamagotchi or like life sim thing. The way I've been described is like it's like Mario Maker meets Animal Crossing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think there's anything quite like it, but I was playing Mario Maker, which I'm not a it's not like I'm a huge fan. I think the game's great. I just didn't spend much time on it. Was like I loved having like a row of 5 Goombas and laying them all down and then deleting one and just thinking in the perspective of a Goomba. Imagine like hanging out with like 4 or 5 of your friends and then suddenly like one gets deleted out of thin air by a floating hand. Like what would that be like? Would you be like how would you feel? And more specifically, if it wasn't a Goomba, if there were actual characters living in a town and like this giant hand came down and was like bloop, just like deleted them, because that's what we do when we make level editors, right? You constantly making changes, but it's like what are the ramifications of actually doing that in a world where people are happily living? And that's kind of what this is. So you've got this magic cursor hand that can just move roofs off of people's homes and place them somewhere else, and then how do the people react to those changes being made? Are you torturing them, or are you a kind level builder kind of thing? So it explores some of those concepts. It's a exploring, designing, collecting game. Not unlike them getting married, right? Did they die? Did they get married? It's kind of it feels the same. Either way, you would never know, right? It's funny. Okay. I'm looking where this is at. So let me. I don't know if I did anything on my to-do list actually with this. I did. Manipulation between inventory and iron. Actually, got a nice little loop. Create a flexible inventory panel object. Nope. Um, editor. Laying items from your inventory in the level. Yeah, you can do that. You can pick up placed items. Yes, you can. Putting placed items back into your inventory. Yes. Ah, I didn't. I did do a lot there. I didn't think I did all that. Okay. So Is the world pre-generated or procedural? It'll be a little bit of both. There's different level types. To start to start the level off, it'll just be randomly generated, just a big grassy field with a few obstacles and stuff on there. There will be certain levels that you can visit, like take trips to, and those will be designed. They'll have like a prize and a maybe a boss and some battles and stuff. A little bit of both. There will be some random levels that you can visit just to like for the point of harvesting. Those will be randomly generated. Max org mode, great task management. I've never heard of that. I have my favorite one to use is I like Milanote a lot. I do a lot of designing in there. Um, I've just got this as like just convenient, I guess, without having to open too much stuff. I don't like opening my web browser when I'm on stream, to do like um, a Google Sheets or anything, any of those web apps. I do like being organized. This helps, and this is nice just to see. Tomorrow I want to do controls, analyze control scheme. Motion editors like Emacs or Vim. Nope, I am unfamiliar there. I'll give him a. I'll check him out though. I'm about to go lay in bed. I'll Google them. Streamline. Or edit. Add. Oh, does it? I'll have to look it up. That's pretty funny. I can delete all this stuff too. I don't know. I like having it. It gives me a sense of pride of like when I check something off and then when I see it still on there. After this gets huge, I'll delete it off. But anyways, thanks all new and old for sticking around and chatting. I'm gonna end it here. I stream about the same time every night. At least I've been trying to lately. Um, super chill, just working on level Mancer. So follow me on Twitter, Blue Sky. Let me know. Thanks for sitting, chatting. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks. Bye bye.